Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Blackbird podcast. How are you all doing? It's Sunday, and it's time to recover from the last week. My God, what a week. What a week I'm bet. And I was just, after taking a few shots, I took the blue bow out of retirement. I don't know if you can see it there. I have it set up. It's fairly... I was just shooting with it a bit. It was fucking cold and windy. But I'm not joking you. My grouping, I'm very happy with my grouping. It's pretty cool. Very happy with it. I'm wondering why I stopped using this bow. I checked everything and double checked it. I've even got a button on this thing. I don't know if it's accurate, but look, things are going okay at the moment. I shot another 30 there now just to see if it's okay. Why is it off like that? Because the arrows on it, you schmuck. Moment. What's going on? Be nice. So that's old Blue. She's back out of retirement because the Batman bow, it had a little issue. My own fault. I'm sure I mentioned it. There's like two nuts that go in around here on the Batman bow. And one of them has been missing, it would seem. I can't remember when it happened. I know something happened before Christmas, but I thought it was fixed. And of course I didn't check it since until the day before registration. And I realised it was missing. And it would explain why all my fucking arrows were going so far out. So I'm waiting on nuts for that, but in a panic I put this bad boy together and I want to see how it goes, because my God almighty, the standard of shooting, now it's nothing on reflection, now that I feel it, lad, I swear to God I feel it. It's the 2 mornings where to get up at 4 a.m, they were like one after the other. That was a kicker, but I mean, in the scheme of things, it actually turned out pretty good. But you fucking faded at around 2 or 3 o'clock. You're just bait. You have to get on the van and get the fuck out of there, or you're going to sleep in the van on location. Oh, yummo. But as I was saying, it's not really to do with the bow, the shooting of the bow. I mean, if you've been practicing away and you know your grouping is good and all of that jazz, you're okay. You'd have put it. I tell you, I put a lot of thought now into arrows, big time. But it's the focus. It was noticeable. I could see guys just go into themselves and they were just in the zone. You know what I mean? And they were working it, and it was interesting. Because I was just, once I saw after day 2 and I shit the bed on day 2 in the flint rounds, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing in the flint rounds. And I made a balls of it. I kind of figured after that there was no way back for me to get into the top 3. Because there was a handful of people there that were machining on. They had the mental resolve. They knew what to do and how to do it, and they did it, and they were splendid at it. It was something to behold. All in education. Excuse me. It was all in education. There was 2 in particular now. I mean, there was Jordan from Scotland, who's a fucking gentleman, a lovely guy, just a sound skin, and a brilliant archer, you know what I mean? He's got that steely focus. And then there was Trevor Elliott, who was like, I don't know, Trevor he had a few hiccups, but he was just so determined, you know what I mean? So determined, and he had some fight back to get second place. And a funny thing, because we were having a chit chat on camera the day before, and Jordan was in first. He was in first from day 1, like he just didn't relinquish the lead. And Trevor was hot on his heels. I thought Trevor was second, and he said no, he wasn't when we spoke. But he ended up being. So they're two sound skins, you know what I mean? But you can see that they're so just in the zone without. I mean, you could have the laugh with the two of them, not a bother. But they've been rehearsing this. You know, they not just the mechanics of archery, but the mental aspect of archery. They know. It's like they've been there before, even though Trevor hasn't. But Jordan has. Jordan told us that he came last in his first European champs, which was nice to know. But yeah, so the comeback on Trevor's part was remarkable, and then the legend that is Mark Daly, who I should thank again for a lend of a bow last minute. By the way, I have your riser. Or not your riser, but you're fucking, you're one of these guys. I had it in my bag, actually. I thought I put everything in your case, but no, I'll give it to you next time I see you. But Mark had an equally impressive clawback, because for whatever reason, you know what I mean? It was just, I think the occasion got to everybody. But he scraped back into it. He fucking fought his way and he got third place. So congratulations to those three gentlemen. They were very good. They had the wherewithal, the focus, and stay the course. While I was being spasticated because I was like, fuck. But look, it is what it is. It was a great experience. The event itself, I'm sick of saying how well it was run, because it was so good. So good. It would definitely put your mind into future indoor events and take them a little bit more seriously. Because it's great to take part and all that, but when you know that you've down to neglect on your own part, you've beat yourself before you got there. And that kind of irks me. That kind of stains the brain, you know. You'd be thinking, you know, you could have done better. And I know I could have done better, because there was like, I get a run of shots there, and it was like, fuck, if I started with that and continued with that, it would be a very different story. So it's there. Just got to tap into it and stop being a cunt. Although I don't mind being a cunt. I mean a funny cunt. Try to get everyone to relax and just... There were some cool characters there from all over Europe. Fucking some of the Spanish folks are unbelievable shooters. I mean, dingers. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, to watch a lot of the... Because you'd be thinking when you think you're doing badly and you're like, fuck, and you're fighting yourself. When you go down to score, then as you're going down, you realise, no, they're not all in the 5s and 4s. They're just spread out. And it's kind of like, it's not like you're delighted. It's just like, you know, everyone's feeling it. That's what it is. It's like a confirmation. It's not just you. You're not thinking all the worst case. It's not like you're beating yourself up or anything, but I must admit, the mental aspect of it all needs a lot of work, a lot of attention. I mean, I thought it was good on the first day. I knew I was kind of dreading the flint round. I think that was my 4th flint round ever. Also, I did 1 in a competition. Then I did, I think, 2 in training, kind of. And then there was this one. And I was like, if it wasn't for Peter... Peter was like, don't forget your bow. Then he'd be carrying your bow. Then he'd be telling you what fucking target to hit. Because it was just a clusterfuck for the first half. But I didn't do so bad in the second half. But just like Tuesday, trying to figure out the bow, I lost a lot of points trying to get that. I mean, it was just, look, it's my own fault. Fuck. But it was great. It was great, very exhausting. And I imagine the people who were actually running the show, they were telling me like they were in there early and they were leaving late, and it was all week. And then there was stuff done before it, and a lot of back and forth with other crowds. But they did a brilliant job. Well done, everybody. He did a super job, lads. And Jose got his stint there with his clout archery, and he had some fantastic stuff on display. I gotta say it, as much as it pains me to say it, he had some beautiful looking compound bows there. It is what it is. They're snazzy looking, like. Or maybe I'm just very tired right now. But yeah, I just have no interest in them myself personally, but I like looking at them. They're pretty cool. He had a lot of cool arrows there as well. There was feathered arrows, because I was talking with Jordan and Trevor about their arrows. These guys, they put a lot of thought into it. It wasn't just rock up and hope for the best, you know. I think I'm good, I'm going to get it. Yeah, that's all well and good. But you need to be experimenting with indoor. So different to fucking outdoor. It's so different. It can be a bit, I don't know. My mind definitely wandered. Even in the last one, because I kind of not gave up, but I realised that, I don't know. It's just, I was bedazzled. You know what I mean? I was like, fuck. I kind of fucked this up from the start, and there was no consistency. And I kind of just said, I was going through the motions, especially in the Flint round, when I knew it was just a lost cause for me. And that's not cool. But that's because I haven't done it, I suppose. I just got to get more situations where I shoot that more regularly, that kind of thing, and even score it regularly. But I'm going to get me a bunch of arrows. I seen Jose has some, I don't know, I must talk to Sebastian Plum. Is it Plum? Met Sebastian at Champs, himself and Jared. Sebastian's a dinger of a shot, by the way. He wanted to shoot something else, but because he's 3 fingers under, he's fell into our category. And I'm telling you, the bastard's good shooter. Good shooter, Sebastian. He finished about 10 points ahead of me, 10 or 15 even. Not that it matters, but it kind of does matter, because even when you're looking at the things, like day one, I was like in 8th place, and everything was really tight. Definitely in the top 10, it was really tight point-wise. But that was all nerves, I suspect. Like I said to Peter, I probably did my best when everyone did their worst. In the second half of the first day, I was very happy with how it was coming. To the point where I was like, I can't wait for the next standard indoor 20-yard round, because I had the bow figured out. But what was weird was, when we did get to the second one, I applied the same gap, all the knowledge that I battered out of the experience on the first day, and it didn't work. I had to drop another 5 inches, I think. I was saying it to the guys, and Sebastian maintains it's because I was bending from the shoulders as opposed to the hips. If I'd have shot from the hips, so to speak, you know, because I started on the low and I finished on the high. Look, it was a brilliant experience. The only reason I was getting into indoors in the first place was to practice for outdoors to a degree, you know. It's just training. But now training is getting reviewed, and it's getting a different look. This is my I don't know why I bought this. Again, it was early doors, and I didn't know much about much. I know a little bit more now, but I know that this is not for me. I have some folks who are interested in it who might want to buy it off of me, so I can maybe get something better, or not better, but something more in keeping with. This is like going around the woods with a giant baby rattler. It's just fucking hate it, because those lads be using fatter arrows more often than not, and it might suit them better. And I bust my square. I gotta get that fucking replaced. So I'm making a list. I'm gonna have 2 bows, because this bow is fucking not. I don't know why I stopped using this bow. It's got a stick-on arrow rest. I don't know if the button. I mean, you could show this button to someone who knows more about shit than me, and they might say that looks fucked. But it's doing what a button should do. It's centering the thing going off of the arrow rest. I had another arrow rest there, one of those little metal stick-on guys, but this guy seems solid enough, so I said fuck it, he's fine, and I just used the button then to kind of center the arrow on him, so he only had to come out a bit, like, Because after a few shots, I dialed it back in a bit. And then I was shooting. But it was outside and it was cold. You know when your toes get cold and you think they're wet, they're that cold, but they're not wet, but it feels wet. And the wind, then you can't really judge shit on the other end where the arrows land because you can see them fucking all over the shop. But I just wanted to keep at it. I just wanted to go at it. I chanced it yesterday for maybe 60 arrows. I only went to do maybe 20, 30 arrows. But the first 10 were, like I said, very much to the left, and I was adjusting the button, and I was just getting familiar again with. It's crazy the difference holding a new bow, what effect that has on you. So yeah, will I keep this one going? I think I fucking will, to be honest. I'll get new limbs for the Batman bow. I'll keep this one intact as is. I'll get new limbs and a new string, same setup, limb wise, string wise for the Batman bow, and I must get another wristy guy and a stabilizer and the feathered arrows. I'm going with the feathered. The difference the feathered arrows make is crazy. I mean, I managed to. That's one of the fuck ups I made. This will tell you now where my head was, because I used to shoot kind of like so. I'd be at the corner. Oh, hang on now. I did this thing with my hand. I'd have 3 fingers down like so, and I'd touch these guys, and they would actually meet the corner of the jaw, kind of there. Was that it? It was very weird. So it was back a lot. It was a bit crazy. The arrow's fucking out of view, like. And then I figured I'd go to the mouth because I could see more down the arrow, but then my gap was massive. So then recently I started training with my bow, unknowing that my bow was a bit Scooby-Doo, but I still managed to get some consistency for a while, which would inform me, okay, this is working. So I brought my... What did I bring? What did I do? Anyway, I bring my string to here, so I have 3 fingers under, and it's like they're just... The top one is just knuckled right into that weird part of my face, the cheekbone or whatever. So it's right there. So it's all the time you know what to feel. Because when I don't get it, when I'm like here, I know it's off. So I have to bring it up again. And that way I'm looking right down the arrow and I can do some... Now my elbow does come out a bit. So my alignment wouldn't be... It's not picture perfect, but it gets me results. And that's all I'm interested in. I mean... Some people like Jordan, for example, when you're standing behind Jordan and he's shooting, he's like a straight line. He's just perfect. He was saying he'd shorter arms, all right. That's why his arrows were so long and feathered, because it helped him be nearly point on at 20, which is fucking exactly what you want. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. So when I went up here with my thingy, Archer of Deer, my gap went from, we'll say, 2 feet from the X down. That's where I point the arrow and hope that I get it in around the 5 circle or the X. It went from 2 feet to the bottom of the page, right on the border of the page and the backstop, whatever. So I'd aim for the bottom of the page, right under the X, and usually it would go in. I mean, there was one shot there. They're mocking me. Because I was elated when I got it. I got 2 X's, a 5, a 4. Or was it a 3 and a 2? But anyway, the first 2 were a disaster. And then I just fucking boom, boom, boom. It's like the anger focused me. But you can't be angry for a competition because you'd be bait. You wouldn't last 2 minutes. You might last 6 arrows, 10 arrows, and then you're fucked. But it's those little victories, because I'm taking notes every time this happens, you know, to get my consistency. And then the smart bastard said I was shooting with... Do you see this? I'm experimenting with 2 cameras now. I don't know why. But this was hanging off my bow when I came back from collecting arrows. Blackbird. The Blackbird Cup. Okay? So that's a prized possession, prized memory, and this is where it will live for now. Until I find a better spot for it. So yeah, all in all, I'd have to say I loved the whole event. I mean, I take everything in, like, you know, I mean, like I can't, everything at once. Even when I was talking to Peter, I think I was the one doing the talking, but all the while I kept looking at these arrows that Jose had, Clout Archery Shop stall that they had. I was looking at them earlier on with Sebastian and Jared, and we were talking about them, because the lads are well versed in arrows. They're well in, like. And I will be talking with both of them a lot going forward. And I must get on to fucking Owen Reynolds, because he's also kind of genius, like, when it comes to all this stuff. But so yeah, it was to see there was weird bows there. I mean, it was like, you see the way this comes out here, you'd have that, but then you've another thing coming out. It looked like a tear, a big metal tear. It was beautiful bows, and a lot of the wooden bows were so nice. So nice. There was a lad there, I kept talking to him, but I don't think he'd a word of fucking English. He was just like nodding politely and then scared. But I was trying to say, that's a fucking lovely bow, dude. Where'd you get it? What is it? Blah, 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 blah. And he got this nervous walking backwards look about him. And a lot of the Spanish folks had some beautiful wooden bows. There's lots. I tried to get some videos. I think I put up a bunch of stuff. I was doing it with one eye because I fucking wrecked, but I didn't want it to. You kind of have to punctuate. It has to be capitalized on the moment, you know, on at least the same day. It could be hours later, but just so there's context or something. Well, for me, probably more than for the viewers, but I'm sure I made some mistakes there. But that was just pure fatigue. You can be so excited, you're just wrecked. Mental drain. But met some cool folks. Is it Temu? I forgot to ask you where he's from. It's either Belgium or Germany or someplace. He's a funny fucking guy. He's I don't know, is he trying to be serious? But I thought he was fucking hilarious. When I heard that German accent, it sounded like, not like Gru, you know, Gru out of the Minions and all that, but kind of softer, I don't know. Funny guy, brilliant shooter, shot very well. I was meant to talk with Jordan, Trevor and Tamu, and I think one of the Spanish lads afterwards, but I went. Funny thing is, this is like how fucking, I said maybe I'm just hungry, so I went up and I had a quick bite to eat. I met some of the lads there, we were chit-chatting. I met, you might remember Sam Fuller was in talking a while back. He was down there taking in Anto's fucking awesome shoot off. We'll get on to that. He was getting a bow. He's getting a nice informed setup from Jose. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes if Sam does get the bug, because that'd be cool. Cool to see someone like Sam come along and shoot some shit hot arrows. So it was just after Anto's shoot off, and I was like, okay, I'll go. You know the way your face is dehydrated and your fucking your eyes are like sand, and I was starting to feel kind of aches in my back. I felt like I locked something in my back, you know, down around here. So I said, you know what I need to do, because it was kind of cold, but the sun was there. So I went out to the van. I had a few bottles of water, I had a flask of coffee, I had an orange, I had some other treats. So I said, I'll just go out and I'll sit in my van where I'm comfortable. And I hadn't really sat down all day. So when I actually sat into the van, it was like if you can imagine a cartoon, someone untapped something in your spine and all this steam just rushed out. It was like the relief. It was a physical relief that was like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank fucking God. I could sit down. It was nice. So I was there. I sculled a bottle of water in like no time. And then I had a coffee and a cigarette. And then I had an orange. And I had something else. I was just relaxed. The cab was nice and warm because the sun was kind of beating down on it. And I could feel the fatigue. And for whatever reason, I was just going through my head, have I got everything now? Have I got everything? Da, 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 da. Mark, I gave him back his bow. Da, da, da. I just started the van and fucking drove away. And it wasn't until I got past the roundabout out of the Setu Arena that I realised, fuck, I'm meant to be doing X, Y, and Z. But then I knew that the medal ceremony, I mean, ordinarily, they take forever and a fucking day due to all the categories. And I didn't think I would last that long. And you don't want to do it for the sake of doing it. And you're like a zombie. And, you know, they're equally wrecked because they were focused. So I kind of thought, like, I missed an opportunity, basically. I should have got them earlier, and I didn't. And that's on me. But, again, you're always learning. I'm happy I got to talk to them on camera at some stage. And early on, I think it was after the Flint run, because we were in very early in the morning. Like I said, I was up at 4. I left here around 5:15. To arrive there around 6:45. And then, you know, we were off at 8. And everyone's off up at the butts practicing. I was like, no, I'm not doing no such thing. I'm just waking up. I need coffees, lots of coffees. But so afterwards, because people will hang around all day because their friends and shit are shooting it later on, so they'll want to be there to support them and all that. All good stuff. So I caught a bunch then, and it was fun. But it just bodes well. That's it now for the year for the indoor, I think. But what do we have to sign off an indoor competition? I think Archery Ireland have their champs next Sunday down at the Setu Arena. I think the brother was going to. I think he's going, actually. But you have to be a member to... Let me get this right. I mean, I think I could go down there. But I don't know, there's some fucking weirdness about it. It just... Eamon, remember Eamon? Eamon was telling me about it, but the more he was telling me, fuck it, forget it. I'm not doing it. It's bullshit. I was too tired, Eamon, when you were talking to me, buddy. It was good to see Eamon down there. Eamon did well. He shot well. But Anto was fucking unbelievable. He went to a shoot-off for first place. And he got second place. He got a strong second place. And he was up against a very experienced archer, and who shot very well. 2 boys just shot out of their skin. They were like crazy good. And Anto earned himself a hard-earned win. He's number 2, people. He's Europe's number 2 compound archer. I know there's categories in that too, but is it Freestyle Unlimited? I think it might be something like this. But he's we're all proud of you, Anto. You did fucking splendid. I'm delighted for him. Delighted, as we all are. To see him up there on the podium with the Irish flag. He put in the hours, people. He put in the hours mentally and physically. And him now and fucking Adrian and Mark Daly, while they're all texting me, while they're all training, and I'm just on the couch scratching my fucking head. Like, well done, boys. And here I am talking about it because I didn't do it. Because I'm a black sheep. But fuck it, I'm going to do it next time, lads. Because, like I said, there was, on day 1, at the second half of day 1, I shot out of my skin. And I was just like, it was easy. I was enjoying it. It was grand. I was talking with Mark Devey, who fucking shot well. Again, some might even fucking shot well. And he was saying, geez, if you're here to take this seriously, you kind of lost. And I kind of got what he was saying. And I thought he was absolutely spot on. Because I see Jordan and Trevor, the winners 1 and 2. And they were just like, you know, no big deal. We're just here to win the fucking medals for the European Indoor Archery Championships. What's the big fuss about? They're just that conditioned into their training, and their head strength is so point on. Very good. Very cool. So like I said, I was 8 at the end of day 1 and full of fucking delusion. Nope. And after the second day then I got kicked into 14. Because the second day was truly a fucking shit show for me. I really just I just wasn't present. And on the third day, I kind of did okay, but not super. I thought my best day was the second half of the first day. That was probably my best outing, which isn't good enough. You need to be consistent, people. But the boys were just awesome. Because there was one guy there whose name escapes me. I was trying to break his brain on Tuesday. I think I succeeded. I think I chipped away at him. He faded into the whole thing, but he started with such aplomb. He had these big fucking beautifully coloured arrows. He was shooting super good, like super good, till I started getting in his head, annoying him. But no, I think he was just tired. He shot splendid. So that was the European Indoor Archery Championships 2026, hosted by IFAF down at the Setu Arena. And IFAF did a fucking stellar job. Really did. It was a brilliant experience. It's weird because we have the luxury or the memory of walking into the Setu doing the nationals, and we thought they were great. But this is noticeably oomphed up to the nines in comparison. It's like the nationals were like going to training nearly compared to going to this. It was just, I don't know, the overall buzz there. I mean, even the fucking, where people be watching the whole event take place, packed. Except for the mornings, we were there very early, but even then it was half packed at stupid o'clock in the morning. So you know what I mean? It was great. It's fucking great. I'm sure I'm forgetting loads. I'm kind of still bit, still tired, but I'm happy I got out to shoot this baby, and I got her back together. And I think I'll get some indoor shooting going now. I'm creating a little calendar for myself, a weekly thing where I'm going to be, you know, I have a list of things I want to achieve, and there's some things I want to experiment on, and I'm going printing out the calendar for the shoots later, the 3D shoots. Can't wait to get back in the woods. Oh my god, I'm so looking forward to that. I'm kind of, as much as it's like going to school doing the indoors, it really is. But yeah, I've a bit of writing to do about that now as well, more for myself, for like, you know, things to work on, things to make a new habit out of, just to be better. So yeah, I got kicked from, did I tell you that? I got kicked from 8th to 14th, and then on the last day I ended on 15th. Kick in the nads, I must say. But yeah, the scores were tight as fuck. But yes, it was fun, okay? It was fun. Got to meet loads of heads I normally would kind of meet now and then. Met a whole bunch of new heads who were cool as fuck. I was actually listening to Archery Not Anarchy this morning. Hello, by the way. I also thought I'd meet you guys down there, but we're on different days or something. And I'm sure you were probably equally as bedazzled as myself going around the place. But a great experience, even by everyone's. It was a great experience. I'm still kind of stupid over it. So I can feel the energy isn't with me today. I'm just happy I got to shoot these. I shot a nice blast of arrows there to my fucking. If I had, if never saved a drowning man. Ever hear that? Because it's true. Gotta be more organized. I'm gonna be fucking diligent. Gonna get those fucking arrows with the feathers on them. They're like carbon arrows, but they have, is it carbon or these, whatever these are, but with feathers, okay? And then I'm gonna get the wooden ones, and I'm gonna wreck Owen Reynolds' fucking head to show me how to actually. I know I said I'd buy them, but that's just, that attitude has to fucking go. You gotta get invested. You're either competing or you're not competing. And I am competing because I am awesome. And I'm sick of telling people I'm awesome when it's only flirting with me. It has to be fucking backed up with action. And it shall be. So with that, my crackers, I am so going to go now. I'm going to tidy up my lovely bow. I got a cool little thing now I bolted onto the wall in the hall in the house. So I know people will say you have to unstring it. I'm not unstringing that, okay? And I don't know why. This is a 16 strand string, but it's fairly new. It keeps moving. It moves too much for my liking when I take it off. So I've got it at, the brace height is set at 8. And don't ask me why I had it at 8. It should be at 9 for maximum, for the setup that this is. But I have this fear about me when I'm trying to get it to 9, I'm going to fucking snap something. That's where I've been. But that's over now. Go shoot now during the week, and perhaps I might. Now's probably the time to do that, because that'll change everything again somewhat. And I don't know what the next shoot is I'm going to. I think it might be Cork City. I know we have a mail-in match, the last one to do. I must find out when that is and get it done. Get it done. Feeling confident, people. So I'm not going to change it till that's actually done. So without further ado, my crackers, I thank you for watching, okay? And as Peter says, what do you say? Get your bow and go shoot some arrows. Go find it. It's awesome. I'm going to go now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Whatever it is you do, I appreciate it. Bye now. Bye-bye.